Hey folks, it's the Western Flyer here. Welcome back aboard the mighty Honda Goldwing, the newest of my bikes, and one that I haven't ridden anywhere near enough. So any excuse to get out, I'm going to do it. And today, my excuse is to go flying. So this is going to be one of those little bonus videos where I take you up in the aeroplane. So if you're not up for that, if you're only interested in motorbikes, skip this one, and I'll see you on the next video as usual. Otherwise, stick around and stay tuned. Let's go flying. Okay, so not the potentially the best day ever to go flying. There's lots of low cloud about at the moment. I'm recording this on, it's the 2nd of September, and we have had, as I've mentioned before, a pretty horrible summer this year. And one of the things I haven't been able to do anywhere near as much of as I'd like is flying. And that, coupled with all the lockdowns we had with COVID, plus the need to produce lots of YouTube videos, means I haven't had a lot of time to go flying. And as you may be aware, to keep your licence valid, you have to fly a certain minimum number of hours per year, and in this country you have to do 12 hours every second year. It's a bizarre system, but basically I'm in the second year of my cycle, so I need to do my 12 hours at least this year. So far this year I've done about 7.5 hours, so I've got what's that, 4.5 to do, and I've got to get that done by the middle of November, otherwise my licence is no longer valid. So basically any excuse or chance I get to go flying, I'm going to come and do it. So today I do have actually a mission in mind. I've got that new Insta 360 camera that I've used a little bit on my bike videos. It's a right pain to edit with, I have to say, but you do get some spectacular views out of it, so I'm really pleased with the camera. But something I thought might be fun is to take it up in the aeroplane. I'm going to try the mic adapter for the first time, never used that before. Position it on the seat next to me as if, you know, at head height, so well, actually on the back of the seat, but basically to simulate being sat next to me in the aeroplane. And then I'll just use that one camera with the mic plugged in, and then do a bit of flying and see how the shots come out, because theoretically you should be able to see me, the inside of the aeroplane, out the window, all that sort of thing from the same camera. I just fiddle about with it when I edit it. Anyway, that's what this video is all about. It's a bit of a test for the Insta 360. I'll poke my head up first, see what the weather looks like up there, and if it gets any better I'll go for a bit of a longer flight this afternoon. Anyway, if you're interested in that, stick around and stay tuned. I'll speak to you next when I get to the airfield. It's about half an hour's ride away. Okay, so welcome to the airfield. Welcome back aboard Golf India Sierra Delta Bravo. I've done all the power checks, ready to roll really, so let's get flying. One on final approach, can't see him, but we'll, as he's call final, we'll let him land before we line up. No brakes on, leave her at 1200. Alright, I can see the aircraft on final now. Don't know if you can see him, you might be a bit too high, but just over the trees. It's going to be a little while before he touches down, unfortunately. One aircraft cleared the runway now, so it's nice and clear for him. Got 2 stages of flap set, mixture's rich, T's and P's are all reading good. And we got this guy on a long final. So I think just for this little test of the microphone, I'll take off and head, oh, I don't know, head northish and go up that way. Just a little local flight. Time at the moment is 1:45. All good for the logbook, and it's all good for testing the camera. Right, here comes the one to land now. Here he comes, Golf Bravo Oscar Juliet Whiskey. Just touching down. Nose is on the deck, so I can line up and then I'll wait for him to call vacated. Golf Delta Bravo's lining up 03. Right, I can see he's off the runway. He hasn't called vacated, but I can see it's clear. Got to whiskey runway, Vic. There we go. Alright, everything's reading good. Let's go, feet off the brakes, full power. Here we go, lots of right rudder. Airspeed is active, 40 knots. Here come the bumps, a little bit of back pressure, 50 knots, 55. Here we go. A little bit of trim required. 65, 70. 70 knots. Not a bad day for it. A little bit blustery up here maybe. 300 feet. Little slight left turn. One stage of flap can go. Just to avoid some houses ahead. And up we go. Just going to have a little look out that way.
Romeo Alpha lining up, runway 03.
All clear, T's and P's are good. Everything looking good at this time, 600 feet. Can lose all the flaps now. Climbing at 80 knots. A little bit of trim. Right, let's look out on the horizon, see if I can see Stoke-on-Church mast, which is always a good to aim at to depart to the north. Circuit to the north. Oh, I can't see much about. What are these clouds doing? They don't look like they're too high, they're nice and broken. Let's come up to 2,000 feet-ish. I've got to think about here is just to keep clear of High Wycombe, which is over there. They've got an airfield, Wycombe Air Park. I can see it. I'm clear of their air traffic zone. Amazing visibility today though. I can see Stoke-on-Church mast on the nose as well. You probably won't be able to see it, but because it's just kind of low. Right down to the right we can see the River Thames snaking through, heading towards Marlow. The A404 is the road near that. Camera lens might be too wide for that. Right, everything's looking good. Coming up towards 2,000 feet where I'll level off and I'll do my Frida check. Right, to bring the power back a little bit, level her up, hopefully you get a better view out the front now. Bring a bit of trim in, keep a level about 2,000 feet. Right, fuel pump can come off. Fuel pressure is remaining good, still in the green, sorry that's the fuel pressure. Radio, we're listening out to Waltham, engine T's and P's are in the green, DI 330, 330, it's all looking good. Okay, we're clear of Waltham now, we might as well say, well actually I'll keep listening out to them. Lovely out here now. Just dial up Wycombe Air Park, let them know we're passing outside of them. And Golf Delta Bravo is clear to the north, changing to the other place, cheerio.
Golf Romeo Alpha is downwind rudder.
Right, 12655 is Wycombe. 26555 actually. 26555. Let's try that. Sure we don't go too high here. Tendency to drift up there before I wanted to.
Crossing the active factory.
Helicopter Oscar Kilo, Roger, wind 04013 knots.
Golf Oscar Kilo.
Give the carburetor a blow, there's plenty of cloud about. Wycombe Tower, good afternoon, Golf India Sierra Delta Bravo.
Helicopter Delta Bravo, aircraft calling, Wycombe Radio, say again, call sign again?
It's Golf India Sierra Delta Bravo.
Golf Delta Bravo, Wycombe Radio, pass the message.
Golf Delta Bravo, PA28 from White Waltham to White Waltham. I'm just west of Beam Wycombe Air Park at the moment. I'm going to be heading to the north for some general handling, just to let you know I'm here at 2,200 on 1028.
Okay, next I've got is 1029 and our one-way in use is 06.
1029, copy the runway, I'll be listening out to the north, Golf Delta Bravo. Right, they know I'm here. It's always good to have somebody on the radio.
Golf Whiskey Alpha is ready for departure, and I'll be departing north initially and then turning right onto east.
Just in case of any trouble, so you've got somebody you can talk to immediately who knows who you are and where you are.
11 knots.
Golf Whiskey Alpha running shortly.
given the car beat quite a lot of attention today because the cloud is quite low, so indicating quite a high dew point, lots of moisture in the air. Classic day for carburettor ice. We're giving that a little go every now and then. We're at 2,200 feet, nicely trimmed up. We're not climbing or descending, it's all good. I can see Stokenchurch mast on the nose. Off to my right now, if I just dip the wing, you can see the M40 snaking through. White buildings with the white roofs, that's a place called Cressex, which is like an industrial park outside High Wycombe, and just to the right of that, the green field, that is Wycombe Air Park, the airfield I'm talking to. Right, let's come back around this way again. I hope you can hear okay. I hope this mic is working all right. That'd be great if it is. Because, you know, that thing, hopefully, will give me access for you to look at the instrumentation. My little iPad here, so you can see the nav antenna in 2.5 miles, apparently. Also out the windows front and back, hopefully. And indeed, all around the aircraft. Just a matter of whether you can see that mic lead poking out the side. Probably can, but anyway, just a test at this point. Right, I'm well outside of London's TMA, their control area for Heathrow, which kept me below 2,500 feet earlier on. Now I'm clear to climb up to, I think, 5,500 here, something like that. I'm not going to be going that high today, there's no point. Weather not looking quite as good to the north.
Thanks very much. Bye.
West is definitely the way to go, I think.
Thanks for the heads up. Bye now.
I think what I'll do... Well, actually, here's the... what's called the cut is below me. On the left, I'll just turn so you can see it. See that? It's at the start of the Vicar of Dibley. It's the M40 there and a cut through at Stokenchurch. Don't know if you can see that, but the motorway running around there. I won't go too far that way because you head towards Benson's air traffic zone, which I don't want to go into. Hopefully you can see that the horizon's staying level on the camera. All good fun. Round we come. This is the earthworks at Chinner here. We'll just fly over there so you can have a look out the window at that. And then we'll head back to do some circuits because I haven't flown this plane for, well, probably about a month maybe. The last aeroplane I flew was the Piper Cub, which is a completely different sort of aeroplane. I'm learning to fly the Cub at the moment, which is the tail dragger aircraft, means it's got the wheel at the back instead of on the nose. It's got a stick, it's proper stick and rudder flying. Very different to flying this aeroplane. Much more difficult, it has to be said, so yeah, that's quite fun. I'll be flying that tomorrow morning, but I won't be bringing the camera along just yet until I know what I'm doing with that plane. Alright, hopefully now, if I come around here, and again, just dip the right-hand wing and look out the right, we should be able to see Chinner, the earthworks there. See the lakes and the water there. Ex-mine of some sort, open-faced chalk mine or something. Chalk pits now. Right, let's head back round then, head back to White Waltham.
Wycombe Radio, Golf Bravo November Uniform Lima, front row, taxi for local.
What a privilege it is.
Uniform Lima, Wycombe Radio, one way in use is 06, left hand, QNH 10290. Runway 06 left, QNH 10290, Golf Uniform Lima.
What I was going to say is what a privilege it is to be able to fly, because it's just so gorgeous up here today. Just in keeping with the rest this summer, too much flipping cloud around, it's so annoying. To be fair, you could climb above it over there, but it's only just broken. But yeah, I don't want to go above it and then find the holes close up and I can't get back through it. And with my licence, which is a VFR licence, visual flight rules, means I have to stay clear of cloud and in sight of the surface all the time. So whilst it means you can go above sort of scattered cloud, as long as you can see through it, through the broken bits, that looks like a layer which I probably couldn't see through, so I'm going to keep clear of that. Right, let's head back to White Waltham then. It's quite enough messing around. Back over the M40 again.
Stokenchurch mast, an excellent landmark to orientate myself. So if I point about this way, I know White Waltham is ahead, just from my local knowledge of flying around this area for the last 20 odd years.
Golf Uniform Lima, roger.
Right, I'll get back down to a bit of descending again. Make sure I'm at 2,000 feet thereabouts. Carby can come on again. Paying attention to that potential for carb ice today. That White Waltham is a heading of 150 from there. That's what's called Point November. So looking out for the river, and then that'll be the point at which I head at 150. I'm already on roughly that heading, so I know I'm pointing in loosely the right direction. And I can see indeed on the iPad, look, White Waltham is ahead, or it will be if I turn left slightly. I think I can see the bend in the river now. Right, looking back, I can see that industrial estate again up at High Wycombe, at Cressex, the white buildings, I can see that. And I can see the airfield at Booker at High Wycombe, so I'll keep clear of that. Go on, I'm good. Zoom in a little on the iPad.
Wycombe radio, Mike Alpha Tango Tango Sierra for airfield information.
Mike Alpha Tango Tango Sierra, Wycombe radio, runway in use 06 left hand, QNH 1029.
1029 and 06, Mike Tango Sierra.
That little engine note drop when I put the car beat on. If I take it off again, you'll hear the engine go a bit more again.
Wycombe radio, Mike Tango Sierra. Do you have any?
Yeah, the RPM went up again. Just as the
Mike Tango Sierra, currently there is no circuit traffic.
Just as the mixture changed slightly in the cylinders. Right, there's the bend in the river, which is Point November. So let's see where Wycombe is. There it is, we're not quite west of Beam yet. I'll give her a call again and say cheerio to her on the radio when we are. In fact, I can probably do that now. Wycombe Tower from Golf Delta Bravo.
Golf Delta Bravo.
And I'm west of Beam the field again now. I'm going to be heading back to White Waltham, change to them now. Thanks very much.
Thank you, thanks for your call.
Cheerio. Right. Back to Waltham. All looking good. Let's change the fuel tank. Fuel pump can come on. Over to the right tank. Pump off. My mate Keith very kindly left the plane full of fuel. So I'm just changing the fuel tanks to sort of balance them up a bit. Just fly one. There's obviously a tank in each wing, and you get obviously an imbalance of the weight. Right, we're at 1800 feet on the QNH setting of 1029. Yeah, as we head south, visibility is that much better. Definitely the way to go today. Might have a little flight out later. Maybe head out and do a little Compton Abbas run over to Dorset. Haven't done that for a while. I'll check the weather before I go though. So here we are. We're just coming up to the River Thames, the Big Bend. Let me just show you that.
Bravo, Sierra Bravo, request airfield information.
The River Thames.
Golf Sierra Bravo, Waltham, UR5. The runway news is 03 for the left-hand circuit. QNH 1028.
03 left hand, 1028. And we're currently 1,300 feet, approaching the Sierra VRP from the south. Golf Sierra Bravo.
Golf Sierra Bravo, apologies, the QFE, which is what you'll need, is 1023.
1023 QFE, Golf Sierra Bravo.
Right, got that set. Let's give them a call.
And 9 Juliet Hotel lining up right.
Sierra Delta Bravo, back with you, point November for rejoin.
Golf Delta Bravo, Wolf Radio, welcome back. 03, left-hand circuit, QFE 1023.
03 left hand, 1023, Golf Delta Bravo. Right, we're heading back in then. Let's do a circuit or two, just for the heck of it. Amazing visibility now out to my left. Look,
Leave the circuit, crosswind to the northwest, we will rejoin.
little folly down there, I don't know if you can see that. I might be in the way. And there's the river, look, looking splendid. Right, enough messing about. We don't want to be flailing around too close to the circuit, which I'm outside of at the moment, but we'll be in it in a couple of miles.
GoPro Sierra, late downwind, runway 03, touch and go.
Right, we want to come overhead 1200. Left-hand circuit, so I'm keeping the airfield on my left. And what we'll do is cross the 03 numbers at 1200. Well, actually, I'll do the middle of the runway. Correction, that's the correct way to do an overhead join. Cross the middle of the airfield at 1200. Left turns only. Descend on the dead side, come back round for my circuits. And then I'll land and see if you've heard all this chatter or not. And then I'll know that in future I can take this camera up in this plane and in the Cub, assuming I get qualified to fly that. That'll be great. Wow, look at this viz now. Lovely just here. Looking pretty good to the south and west as well. Give that car beat a blow again. One aircraft coming in on 03. Or in the circuit, I should say. I'm going to be above him. Yep, he's downwind for 03 now. I can see the 03 runway. I'm going to head across the middle of the field. You can see the windsock still looks favourable for that runway. One aircraft out to the right now, look, is downwind. He's going to be turning left in a minute to land. Can you see him? Might just catch him with that camera. Such a wide angle lens, we'll see.
GoPro Sierra, final for runway 03, touch and go.
The aircraft we just saw. Golf Delta Bravo's overhead.
1090 George Hotel is clear to the west, change frequency to bend, 12 now.
Right, we're at 1200 in the overhead. Crossing the runway now. We're now officially on the dead side. Now I can start my gentle turns and descent down to circuit height, which is 800 feet. Check there's nothing around. Golf Delta Bravo's descending dead side 03. One on the runway, just landed. Coming down, we're at 1,000 feet now. Speed's not too excessive.
Golf Sierra Bravo has just entered the zone of south, visual with Delta Bravo.
That's good, one can see us. Touched and goed. Coming down to my 800 feet circuit height. Eyes on the swivel here. There's our 800 feet, nothing around. Okay. All looking good. RB can come on, brakes are off, undercarriage is fixed, mixture is rich, indicators T's and P's are in the green. RB can come on, hatches and harnesses are secure. There's 03. Golf Delta Bravo's downwind 03, touch and go. Here's the church. Right, we're in the white arc, so we can give it one stage of flat. Power back a little bit.
Sierra Bravo's overhead 03 left hand.
All looking good. A gentle turn around. Power back a little bit. One more stage of flat. one aircraft behind us that we can hear on the radio, all looking good. Okay, coming down now, 700 feet. Nothing coming in on final. Speed is 70 knots, so let's just adjust things to get up to 75. The airfield looking splendid, nothing coming in. 75 knots, a little bit bumpy as we get lower. Golf Delta Bravo's turning final, touch and go 03. Bit of a tongue twister, coming down 500 feet, a little bit fast still. We can give it all the flaps now.
Golf Delta Bravo's downwind 03.
All the flaps are in. 400 feet. 75 knots, all looking good. 03 on the nose. 75 dead on. Little bit of rudder. 70 knots, all looking good.
Golf Bravo Sierra downwind 03, touch and go.
Golf Sierra Bravo standing by 03.
Golf Delta Bravo, short final 03, touch and go. $70 knots. All looking good.
Wolfram Radio, good afternoon. Golf Bravo Tango India Mike requests radio check and airfield information, please.
Golf India Mike, Wolfram Radio, you're 5. The runway in use is 03 for the left-hand circuit. The QNH 1028.
Go.
03 left-hand circuit.
A few landings, flaps away, full power. 60 knots. She wants to fly. Off we go again. That was all right. A little bit bumpy on the landing, but that runway is particularly bumpy, so I'll take that. Bit of trim. Slight left turn on the climb out to avoid some houses. T's and B's are good. Up we go. Right, how are we doing for time? 13:09. Took off at 35. Let's do another circuit then. 500 feet. Gentle turns. 600. Deep outside these trees here. Don't upset the locals.
Final runway 03, touch and go.
Right, there's our 800 feet, power back. Bit outside the poplar trees. Slightly odd-shaped circuit, but just trying to avoid the built-up area there. Have quite a lot of local complainers here. Right, round we go. Now we're clear of the trees. There's the airfield. About 800 feet. One on the runway. All good. Bring the power back a little bit. Brakes are off. Undercarriage fixed. Mixture is rich. Indicators T's and B's are in the green. Flaps are up. Fuel pump can come on. That'll be on. Hatches and harnesses secure. Downwind checks complete.
Golf Yankee Yankee, ready for departure, lining up runway 03.
Golf Delta Bravo, downwind 03, touch and go. Right, a bit wider out this time because we didn't do that overhead join. Lose the carpeets. Not see anything else coming in. Not descending too soon. We're in the white arc, so we can give it one stage of flat. Carpet can come on. Fuel pump is on. There we go. I can see one on the runway. Start to bring the power back. Like quite a lot of height to lose on that last one. Nothing around. Another stage of flap. Oh, it's fantastic, the visibility up here today, and the airfield looks splendid with the recently mown grass. Round we go. Golf Delta Bravo's turning final 03. touch and go. Right, spin all the flaps. Quite high again at this point, but that's easily corrected. We're nice and stable at 75 knots. Here we're crabbing our way in. Let's just warm the engine slightly. There we go. Okay, now we can bring some power back in. Starting to sink. Alright, all looking good now. 75 on the nose, 300 feet. All the flaps are in. RP, I'm going to take that off now because we're going to need full power for takeoff again. Golf Delta Bravo, short final 03, touch and go. 25 knots, let's lose all the power now. How many landings we can get out of this one? Definitely 03, 70 knots now. Starting to round out. 65, 60.
Down with 03, touch and go.
Holding off. Holding off. Holding off. Holding off. Holding off. That's better. Full power.
Good afternoon, helicopter Golf.
Flaps away.
Bravo Yankee, Spider Black hangers for airfield information, radio check.
60 knots.
Helicopter Bravo Yankee, Walton, your 5, 6
Deputy,
using
we're off.
03 with a left-hand circuit.
Good trim.
1028.
03 left-hand circuit, 1028, Golf Bravo Yankee.
Nice. Again, slight left turn. To avoid the houses. That's better that time. Very nice, in fact. Pleased with that one. Right, let's call that it then. It's time I went and found myself some lunch before I go flying again. What a privilege it is to be able to come and fly, eh? Fantastic. Recommend it to the house if you're ever tempted. It's a great pastime. Right, round we come. Get too high. Brakes off, undercarriage is fixed, mixture is rich. Indicators T's and P's are in the green, car beat, badges and answers. Fuel pump is on.
Golf Bravo, Sierra, final, runway 03, touch and go.
Copy Golf Bravo Yankee, departing to the south.
Right, all looking good. Bring the power back a little bit more, another stage of flap. Nothing coming in on final.
Golf Yankee, Yankee to Scarborough.
Golf Delta Bravo, final for landing 03.
Golf Uniform Bravo, approaching the overhead and descending dead side. Walton Radio, good afternoon. Golf Echo Charlie Uniform Bravo, radio check and airfield information, please.
Charlie Uniform Bravo, we're on 03, left-hand circuit, QNH 1028.
03, left-hand circuit, 1028, Uniform Bravo. Golf with your mic ready for departure, lining up runway 03. Helicopter Golf Bravo Yankee, departed ATZ to the southwest, height 700 feet, changing to Farnborough 133.440, we'll see you later.
Golf Delta Bravo, runway vacated.
Golf with your mic rolling runway 03.
Alright, so there we are. That's that done. Test over. Let's hope that came out alright. So, yeah, if it did, see you on another flight another time. Alright, so welcome back aboard Golf Delta Bravo. I decided to come up again because the weather looks like it's clearing a little bit. The cloud is raising a little bit. You join me at the moment just over Reading, or we just passed Reading, it's just behind you. In fact, there's the football stadium down there. You might be able to see it if I just tip the wing. See the football stadium? And Costco and so on down there, and the big wind turbine as well. Right, let's get my heading back, because I don't want to keep heading that way over anything too dubious. Just crossing the M4 now, and I'm routing towards somewhere called Chilbolton, which is like it's got a big radio mast, so I can easily see it. Well, it's not there for that reason, but I can easily see it. What I'm doing is I'm heading down to Dorset. I'm going to Compton Abbas, where I know they have particularly good cake and coffee. So that's the mission for this afternoon. Little run to Compton, cake and coffee, hoping that the cloud stays nice and high. The battery's going to run out soon on the camera, so I won't record the whole flight, but hopefully I'll catch you a bit later on, once we're a bit further down the track. Alright, well, welcome back aboard the aeroplane. This is sort of 20 minutes later, something like that, maybe not that long. We're just coming up to Chilbolton now, which is that radio, I think it's a radio telescope actually. I can see it off the nose, you won't quite see it yet, but I'll bring it down that side of the aeroplane, and when we go round, I can tip the wings a bit and show you. Got to be a little...
So unfortunately, the camera ran out of battery, as I thought it might do, just as I was kind of on the way to Salisbury, so I never got to show you the cathedral, but anyway, it was a bit murky, the view wasn't that great. But anyway, I've made it here to the fabulous Compton Abbas here in Dorset. Here's the airplane. I've had to resort now to using my iPhone as a camera, but never mind. But a great little flight. It's a shame that the camera ran out, because as I was coming in, the rad arrows flew past, so wouldn't that have been great? Typical. That has never happened to me before in 24 years of flying, and would have had a great view of them, but there we go. Typical. All right, I'm going to go and find myself some cake and coffee now. Before I do get some cake and coffee, I've just noticed this on the airplane next to me. Check out the propeller on here. That is what you don't want to do on landing. That's going to be an expensive fix with a shock-loaded engine and a new prop required. A variable pitch run at that. Very expensive landing, that. Oops. So here's a proper aeroplane for you. This is a Harvard marked up in a Marines paint scheme. Looks absolutely fantastic. Proper World War II warbird this. This is the one that you trained in. Once you'd mastered this one, you moved on to the Spitfire and Hurricane. So maybe once I've mastered the tail wheel Cub that I'm flying at the moment, maybe this one next. Yeah, right in my dreams. Compton Abbas, somewhat legendary amongst pilots for its cake. Right, coffee and cake duly imbibed as usual. Fantastic cake here at Compton, so can't wait to get back here again. So that's pretty much it for this little bonus video. I hope you enjoyed that. I won't take any video flying back, obviously, because the camera in the Insta360, or rather the battery in the Insta360 camera has run out. So I must buy myself another battery. That's my take-home lesson from today. All right, so that's it. Back to usual service, back on the bike next time. But until next time, this has been the Missed and Fly. Cheerio.